What is up, my powerful mates of YouTube? My name is Ozzy Marcel, and in today's video I'm going to be recommending 5 great men's fragrances you can pick up here in Australia for $30 and under. These are some great scents. There are some juvenile scents, there is some more mature scents. There's something for everyone here. What I like to do is to keep things a little diverse regarding the fragrances. I don't just like recommending 5 sweet wintry fragrances because that's not what everybody's wearing. There's also a lot of blokes out there that like old school scents like Kouros, Drakkar Noir, things like that. So I like recommending the more masculine scents as well because there is absolutely a place in the market for them. So with that in mind,
Die Verbrennung der
the first fragrance I'm recommending is Nike Man Green. Nike Man Green is a clone of a much more expensive fragrance and something that's near and dear to my heart, Paco Rabanne's Black XS. Now I've had this bottle since I was in bloody high school. That's how old this bottle is. I've still got about just under half of it left, and this is before it was reformulated and turned into a lobotomized, neutered, just absolutely destroyed version of itself. Don't get me wrong, the reformulation of Paco Rabanne's Black XS is still decent. It's okay, performs well, it's gonna get you compliments, but there is just no mistaking that it is nothing like the original. This has a beautiful, sweet earthiness to it. It's got that dominant patchouli note that goes with the strawberry note as well. For $10 Australian, Nike Man Green represents great value for somebody that's under the age of 20. This is going to be a great fragrance to wear when you're going out clubbing or something like that. If you're going to a nightclub, if you're going to the bar and you're on a limited budget, $10 Australian, very affordable to most people. So if you want something that performs for over 12 hours with just 3 sprays, definitely check out Nike Man Green. The only thing I will say about this one is that it isn't ideal for the high heat of summer, and it can be a bit overpowering, so go a little lighter on the sprays. And just in case there's any executives or representatives from Paco Rabanne watching this video, why the hell did you destroy this beautiful fragrance? It was so good. I used to smell it out in the public all the time. I used to see people wearing this all the time, and nowadays nobody knows what this fragrance is except for the people in the fragrance community. Why did you guys do this? Bring back the original. Until then, Paco Rabanne, you're just gonna lose sales to a $10 fragrance that is better than your current formulation. Your loss. Next up is one of the most classic fragrances of the last 40 or so years, L'Mani Pour Homme. This is a beautiful, masculine, earthy, mossy scent, and L'Mani Pour Homme is coming in at such a great price of $10 Australian. This really has to be smelt to be believed. If you're after a masculine men's fragrance, if you're after something that smells manly, definitely consider checking this one out. It does smell very similar to Drakkar Noir, so if you already own Drakkar Noir, you probably don't need this. This is just a slightly more earthy, mossy take on it, whereas Drakkar Noir has a slight bit more sweetness to it. It's a little fresher, and it's got that really prominent lavender note as well. If this is not an exact clone or duplicate of Drakkar Noir, it comes very close to it, but I do believe that both of them have a place in the market. At $10 Australian, this is a supreme choice. However, if this is a little too dated, if this is a little too old school masculine for you guys, then I've got a recommendation here. If you're looking for something like L'Mani Pour Homme or Drakkar Noir, except slightly more modern with better performance, then check out Dakar, the perfume oil by Al Rahab. This is a beautiful fragrance, performs like a beast. Couple of rolls of this and it'll last you 12 hours plus easily. It does have a slightly sweeter profile, and it's got a slight piney note to it, a piney quality, a coniferous quality to it. It smells very natural, it smells very green. It's actually very beautiful. More people need to be talking about this Dakar fragrance oil as well. You can actually pick up a 5-pack of this for about $30 Australian, and that'll last you years. That is incredible value right there. However, if this is still a little too old school for your tastes, then I would recommend Tommy by Tommy Hilfiger. It still smells masculine, it's got like that fresh old school masculinity to it, but it has a sweet apple note that makes it a little more modern and a little more youthful. These 30 ml Tommy fragrances, you can find them at Chemist Warehouse and Priceline occasionally for the $15 price point. It's only 30 ml, but for 15 bucks. And I would recommend 30 ml of the Tommy fragrance over an Axe body spray or a Lynx body spray or something like that. So if you're after something more modern, more youthful, with a slightly sweeter, fragrance profile, check out Tommy. Next up, at about $15 Australian, we've got what may be the best value fragrance of all time, and that is Paco Rabanne's Invictus body spray. Now this isn't your typical Lynx body spray or anything like that. It actually has a decent amount of fragrance oil in it. It performs almost as good as the Eau de Toilette, and that lasts for 12 hours plus with 2 sprays. Paco Rabanne really shot themselves in the foot with this one. This smells absolutely incredible. It's great value. It lasts a long time. And it's just one of those scents that you wear and you'll get bulk compliments for it. People love the Invictus DNA. It's not my personal favorite, but as far as value goes, this is almost unbeatable. $15 Australian. And this is probably going to last you a lot longer than a typical bottle of the fragrances anyway. I mean, it's 150 ml. Definitely check this one out. Next up, for $15 Australian on sale, we've got Intimately by David Beckham. Now, I went through a few bottles of this back in high school. I actually really gravitated towards this one because it was quite affordable and I love the way it smelled. It's very warm, spicy, and powdery, and it's got this like violet note to it as well that makes it stand apart from other cheaper men's fragrances. It's very Moorish. This is going to make a great budget fragrance to wear on a date night, out to dinner, something like that. Even out clubbing maybe. It's going to be, there's just something about it that it's both youthful and mature at the same time. I believe it's the powdery quality of it. And yeah, there's not a lot of fragrances on the market that smell this good at this price point. I prefer the way this one smells, for instance, to the Invictus fragrance, the Invictus body spray, but this doesn't perform nearly as long. Like, we're talking, if you wear 5 sprays of this, it sits closer to the skin so you can afford to overspray it a bit. 5 sprays, about 6 hours tops, whereas Invictus body spray, 2 sprays, 12 hours plus. I'll let you be the judge of what's the better value, but as far as compliments go, Intimately by David Beckham is still a great fragrance at the price point of $15 Australian. I highly recommend you check out this one, but if you want to spend a little bit more for slightly better performance, Guess Seductive Homme is going to offer a similar sort of feel and style fragrance. It's warm, it's warming, it's got that spiciness, and it's a little powdery as well. This is just a little sweeter, a little more youthful. Let me just spray it here. And it's got an awesome bottle design too. Yeah. It's almost a little feminine, so maybe this isn't going to be for you, but at about $30 Australian, you do get quite a bit of the fragrance. I don't know, it's up to you. I would probably go with Intimately by David Beckham, but if you're a little younger and want something that's going to appeal to a younger demographic more, maybe Guess Seductive Homme is the way to go. And finally, at $30 for 30 ml of the fragrance, or $40 for 100 ml, we've got Dunhill Desire Silver. Desire Silver, Desire Black, Desire Red, take your pick, they all smell great, but the reason why I'm adding Desire Silver to this list is because of the versatility. Fresh, aquatic, there's a touch of citrus here, a touch of clean musk, and that subtle smokiness. Wearing fresh, aquatic scents in the wintertime is like a secret weapon in the fragrance world. Not many people are doing it, so maybe you will go out there and try it yourself. I love the way this one smells. That freshness, it's so good. I can't emphasize enough how good that freshness is. Everybody likes smelling fresh and clean, and you get that with Dunhill Desire Silver, but you also get that subtle muskiness, that almost that lavender feel to it, and that subtle smokiness as well. It's great value. If you want, just go for the 30 ml for 30 bucks, but if you can afford the extra 10, pick up the 100 ml. Anyways, that's all for today. If you've ever worn any of these fragrances before, let me know in the comments below and let me know what some of your favorite picks are for $30 and under. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say, and until the next video, my name is Ozzy Marcel. I'll catch you guys around.